Good evening from my part of the world. It's another 8 p.m. 14 days to 14th September. Let's have another conversation. Let's have another conversation. Is it possible to be discovered by accident? Whether it's a testimony, a story, you hear people say something happened for them one day, and the conclusion is it was that day that they had a turnaround. Was it because they had series of rehearsals and preparation, or it just happened by accident? No one is going to discover any of us by accident. We can only rise by positioning ourselves in the spotlight. We can only rise by positioning ourselves in the spotlight. Therefore, start what is bubbling in your soul and grow along. I always say, and I repeat today, anytime you see somebody doing something publicly and you think the person is doing it so beautifully, amazingly, splendidly, all the synonyms that come to mind, chances are that person has taken years to rehearse that you didn't know. So it wasn't by accident that the person was performing beautifully that day. Therefore, start what is bubbling in your soul and grow along it. Many people live with the quiet hope that one day, someday, some way, somehow, their talents, brilliance, or potential will somehow be noticed. Onim sɛ yɛdan adakye biribi bɛsi, biribi papa bi bɛba n'abrabɔ mu, but ɔmmoa ne ho for biribi papa biara. Nti ɔte hɔ na ɔtwɛn. Wodi agorɔ a, w'ani bɛte na wadi 60 years. Na saa deɛ a wohwɛ kwan na mbɛma mma wo da. But nka wofi ase nna a, nka mmoayɛ bɛba along the way. Anka wobɛsua biribi a wode ka baako baako ho a, na wokɔ. So don't live with a quiet hope that one day, some way, somehow, your talent, your brilliance, or your potential will somehow be noticed. When people believe that if they keep working silently, destiny will eventually push them into the limelight. Many of you are doing amazing things, but because they are quietly, no one knows. No one knows. If your name comes up, what is the world supposed to identify you with? But you have amazing talents. You are very brilliant. Who will identify your brilliance? If you don't rise by positioning yourself in the spotlight, you believe that if you keep working silently, destiny will eventually push you into the limelight. Yes, but after working silently, put yourself in the public too, because nobody knows what you are doing there. Today, we order things online that are not as good as what you have in your small corner there. Some of the people we buy from, chances are we'll never even meet them, but we buy from them all over, and they ship it to our doorsteps. What you have is very, very good quality, high standards, and yet nobody knows. Your services are amazing, but nobody knows what you are doing. How can the world recommend you? How can a brother and a sister recommend you into someone else. So no one is going to discover any of us by accident. We can only rise by positioning ourselves in the spotlight. So don't live with that quiet hope that one day, some way, somehow, your talent, your brilliance, or your potential will somehow be noticed. When you believe that when you hide in your small corner and work silently, destiny will eventually push you into the limelight. Many a time it will take decades. What would have taken someone 1 year because of visibility, it could take you a whole 10 years. While there is value in patience and hard work, the truth remains. No one is going to discover us by accident. No one is going to discover us through accident. Success is not stumbled upon. Success is not stumbled upon. It is positioned for, prepared for, and pursued. Success is not stumbled upon. It is positioned for, prepared for, and pursued. So you can't hide in your small corner and assume that the world will get to know of you. And some way, somehow, you'll be discovered by accident. Accidental discovery is an illusion. When you often hear stories of people who were discovered by chance, an artist spotted in a cafe, a writer whose blog suddenly went viral, or a musician who was heard singing on the streets, and we think, oh, they were discovered by chance. These stories create the illusion that success is a matter of luck. But you see, behind every so-called accident lies intentional preparation and visibility. Yeah. Behind every so-called accident lies intentional preparations and visibility. That artist was at the cafe with a sketchbook. He didn't just go there, folded his hands, and was enjoying what's happening around there. He was still working there, putting herself out there. Visibility. The writer kept publishing consistently, even when no one was reading. The speaker kept accepting invitations that could not honor her value. People couldn't even pay her. And yet she continually spoke at places, gave her best. Even if it was 10 people, 100 people, she still prepared like she was going to speak to thousands of people. When she knew very well that she couldn't be paid, her value wouldn't be appreciated, she still prepared and still put herself out there. The singer dared to perform in public. None of them was hiding. They were already in the spotlight, ready for an opportunity. They were already in the spotlight, ready for opportunity. When your name comes up for discussion, what is the world supposed to identify your name with? When your name comes up for discussion, what is the world supposed to identify your name with? None of these people was hiding. They were already in the spotlight, awaiting opportunities. There is power in positioning. Positioning yourself in the spotlight means intentionally making your presence known. Intentionally making your presence known. It requires showing up in spaces where your gifts, skills, and contributions can be seen and appreciated. Two different things. Some are stuck at places that their contributions can be seen, but they will never be appreciated as long as they continue to be in that space. Their gifts, their skills, and their contributions, all they will be seen, but they will never be appreciated. So it requires showing up in spaces where your gifts, skills, and contributions can, number one, be seen, and number two, be rewarded. It could mean publishing your work, speaking up in meetings, networking with purpose. When we say community is power, community is key. Community of what exactly? Community of what? So showing up in spaces where your gifts, skills, and contributions can be seen, number one, and can be appreciated. It could mean publishing your work, speaking up in meetings, any gatherings you get the opportunity to express yourself, please do so. Networking with purpose. Don't just surround yourself with a crowd. Intentional networking. Networking with purpose. Or sharing your expertise on platforms like social media. Social media is supposed to be an added advantage. Networking with purpose. Or sharing your expertise on platforms like this very app, social media, conferences, or community gatherings. Opportunity will pass by unnoticed if you and I remain invisible. There are so many opportunities around, but they will pass by unnoticed if you remain invisible. So visibility is not vanity. Visibility is not vanity. I don't know where we got all this. Visibility is not vanity. Some fear stepping into the spotlight, equating visibility with arrogance. Why? Why? How can visibility be equated with arrogance? Visibility is not vanity, it is stewardship. Visibility is not vanity, it is stewardship. Your gifts were not given to remain hidden. Your talents are not to be hidden. They were meant to serve, inspire, and transform others. And in so doing, you can't hide. You can't hide in your small corner, in your small place where your gifts and talents are not appreciated, where they are not even seen. And you say you are developing it. Even after developing it, when you still refuse to deploy it, it won't still profit your life. By positioning yourself where people can see and benefit from what you carry, you are fulfilling your responsibility to share your potential with the world. When you position yourself where people can see and benefit from what you carry, you are fulfilling your responsibility to share your potential with the world. And as long as you continue in that visibility, preparation would always meet opportunity. The spotlight only benefits those who are prepared. The spotlight only benefits those who are prepared. So not visibility, then you just get yourself out there to be discouraged. There are steps, there are layers. The spotlight only benefits those who are prepared and only those who have the teachable spirit, who are willing and ready to learn and to grow and to become more by the day. It is not enough to demand attention. You must have the substance to back it up. It is not enough to demand attention. You must have the substance to back it up. This means refining your skills, mastering your craft, and cultivating character so that when opportunity arrives, you are not overwhelmed but ready to shine. Sometimes people get so discouraged because opportunities meet them at places they haven't built character. to handle that opportunity, and they get so overwhelmed that all they have to do is to fold up. So refine your skills, master your craft, whatever craft you find yourself in, master it and cultivate character so that when opportunity arises, you are not overwhelmed but ready to shine. The world would only reward not just those who show up, but those who show up ready. The world will only reward those who do not just show up, but they show up ready. No one is going to stumble upon us by accident. To rise, we must be intentional. Intentional about our preparation, about our positioning, and about our visibility. Intentionality, not just by accident. To rise, we must be intentional. Intentional about our preparation, intentional about our positioning, and intentional about our visibility. So we can step out of the shadows and into the spotlight, not for the applause, but for impact. You don't want to get out there when you are not prepared, when you are not groomed, when you haven't trained, when you haven't rehearsed, just for the applause. No, but to be out there so you can make an impact. Step out of the shadows and into the spotlight, not for the applause, but for impact. The world will not discover you unless you first decide to reveal yourself. The world will not discover you unless you first decide to reveal yourself. So you may be shy like myself, but when it comes to what you have to do it whilst you're shy. Afterwards, you can go back to being a shy person. Yeah? But as long as you have something to do, even if you're shy, do it. Many a time people say they are shy when they don't have enough knowledge, when they haven't groomed themselves very well. But wɔasua deɛ wopɛ sɛ woyɛ no paa. Na woayɛ w'adwene sɛ wobɛsua on the job by the day. It doesn't matter whether you are shy or not. You will still put yourself out there because you do it so well. The world will not discover any of us unless we first decide to reveal ourselves. In the beginning, a lot of people discourage you because some of them will know that is not your nature to put yourself there. But when destiny is calling you to higher purpose, you can't hide anymore. So let's look at the concept of flow, how to become better by practicing. You can never be in your own small corner and learn now until you become the greatest before you put yourself out there. That alone will not make you know how far you have learned. So let's look at the concept of flow. In the pursuit of growth and mastery, biribi bi a woyɛ sɛ onipa bi a wopɛ sɛ woyɛ na woyɛ ne yie, ade wo fie ase sɛ wobɛyɛ publicly. Nti what practice, what rehearse enough in the pursuit of growth and mastery. One principle consistently emerges across all disciplines. It doesn't matter the area you're coming from. It doesn't matter your discipline. As long as it has to do with growth and mastery, this principle consistently emerges across all disciplines. And that is, practice is the bridge between potential and excellence. Practice is the bridge between potential and excellence. Yet practice alone is not enough. The quality of engagement matters as much as the quantity. The quality of engagement matters as much as the quantity. So in as much as we say, rehearse whatever you want to do it and do it well. It's not about how long you practice. It's not about the quantity, but the quality of the engagement matters as much as the quantity. This is where the concept of flow becomes essential. I know you ask what is flow. You can do your own research. Google and go and read about it. There is so much information out there. What is flow? The concept of flow. The concept of flow introduced by psychologist. He's a Hungarian, so don't laugh. That is his name. I think it's Mihai Csikszentmihalyi. Yeah, go research about the concept of flow. A Hungarian. He describes a mental state where a person becomes fully immersed in an activity, expressing complete focus, enjoyment, and productivity. Where you do the thing, ube practice here, mafe now, hobby joins with work. So even though you are working, but you are enjoying it so much that obi gyina you who say you are working because they think you're enjoying yourself. Yes. Ube practice whatever you are doing so much that work and hobby becomes the same. So you are working, but you are enjoying what you do so much that you can be lost to every other thing around you and be so focused, enjoyed, and productive. You become fully immersed in an activity, experiencing total focus, enjoyment, and productivity. And when nkurɔfoɔ hu a na ɔmo bɔ ɔmo nsam, ɔmo nim how long it has taken you to get to that place. In flow, time seems to pass quickly. Distractions fade, and one's skills are stretched just enough to match the challenge at hand. And then as for a musician or a speaker or whatever they do, why over the years, we're practicing we're in years so much that when you give them the space, they can do it as if they have planned to do that thing. Spontaneity is excellent. The spontaneity at which they do things are very awesome. It has become a part of them, who they are. So they enjoy, they are focused, and they are productive in all these, everything they do. All these three come to bear. They enjoy, they are focused, and they are productive. It is often described as being in the zone. Wanina ninama, now they are in their zone where every distraction fades. Nothing distracts them anymore. Flow is powerful because it transforms practice even from a mundane repetition of tasks into a meaningful journey of progress. Nti afei du baabi adeɛ no, woayɛ ama abɛyɛ wo bɔbere, wo su. Nti sɛ woyɛ sɛ woyɛ a, wofi akoma papa mu yɛ no yie. Ɛno na obi sua wo a ɔyɛ den ɔnto wo da. Because woayɛ ama ayɛ wo nipa bɔbere. It's become part of you, such that you can do it so beautifully that there will be no competition with anyone. When practicing in a state of flow, the mind and body synchronize, leading to deeper learning and improved performance. When practicing in a state of flow, the mind and the body synchronize. And you know, when your mind and body synchronizes, it is an amazing thing, leading to deeper learning and improved performance. Musicians, writers, athletes, and innovators often achieve this best work in this state. And albums will be in a laptop as a writer, or those who still write in a book, will be at 6 hours straight. Ɛkɔm po nne no, Jones Okra didn't know Jones Okra because the ideas are just flowing. Or person trading and so I could break. Yeah. Because we're way over the years and the body and the mind are in sync. So a musician who run his studio, no can do no status or rehearse here. There is no distractions. There is no distractions. So the concept of flow is very, very important that I want everybody to research deeper into it and give yourself time. Whatever you want to do, start from the beginning. It doesn't matter how small it is, and learn and become better. Ebedu baby no Ubeyama. Ubeyama obi gyina nkyɛn ɔyɛ den ɔnto wo da. Because the body and the mind are in sync, leading to deeper learning. Adeɛ a ɛbɛkyerɛ obi a wobɛte ase on a different tangent because your body and your mind are in sync. Synchronicity is at work. Innovators often achieve their best work in this state. Into ɔtena ne laptop akyi as a writer and she wants to write, it is another level. Ɛkɔm ne no, Johnson ne no, obi yi asorosɛm koraa ɔnhwɛ, ɔnte po. The thoughts na wɔ n'adwene mu, agye watwerɛ awie, agye watype awie, ansa watumi asɔre akɔyɛ ade foforɔ. That is when the body and the mind are in synchronized. How do you enter flow? Through practice. Few things I want to share with you tonight. How do you enter flow? Through practice. Number one, set clear goals. Set clear goals. A lot of people are just going through life because of lesser on the 20s into an Nambia keke no goals. When you betia no default you. When you be power so no default. But imagine sanka will starting with goals today. And can be defaulting. You are flying in another dimension. So even if you are in your 20s, don't think you are so young that you waste life, waste time. No. Number one, set clear goals. Flow thrives on clarity. Before beginning, know what you want to achieve in your practice session. Whether it's mastering a skill, refining a technique, or solving a problem, what do you want to achieve? What do you want to achieve? Number two, balance challenge and skills. Balance challenge and skill. Flow happens when the task is not too easy to bore you, not too difficult to overwhelm you. Wakati ya nsudi, unim says start a side hustle. How do you start it? Balance challenge with skill. Then ketewa bi na obetimi aye a, wo ye a ebetimi this card bro every day such that you be motivated to do more. Now kɔstarte biribi huhuhu bi na wode abɛgu shop mu na ɛhɔ 1 month obi a mefa a ɔpɔ emisa wo sɛ yɛde kyekyɛ anaa yɛtɔn anaa yɛde free a, you'll be discouraged. So balance challenge and skill. When the task is not too easy to bore you, not too difficult to overwhelm you. Instead, it stretches your ability just enough to push you forward. Forward by the day, forward by the day, forward by the day. Ebedi 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. Ube chawani asho wachi. Ube unse hurray. Sawa bawa nima mpa. Eno ene ma ukre ni beche. Sa ubo brako wenim. Number 3, eliminate distractions. There is so many distractions you have no idea. Yɛtena sesese yɛn mfe a yɛdi ne yɛyi deɛ yɛde daeɛ ɛfiri mu ne yɛyi nneɛma ɛho nhia sɛ nipa a yɛde adagyeɛ ɛhyɛ mu a wobɛhu sɛ saa we are just wasting life. Eliminate distractions. Flow requires deep focus. Create an environment free of interruptions. If you can turn your phone or turn off all forms of notification, set aside time and immerse yourself fully into the task. What do you want to do? You are a singer and people are making businesses out of it and still because you don't have time to work on your voice, you don't have time to practice, you don't have time to invest into anything. And every day, how long do you rehearse? Are you able to do away with interruptions? I saw be a bomb pine 5 minutes, be question time. What kind of communication would that be? For all these years, everybody knows you have an amazing voice. How have you developed that voice? Because one shada nyada jepa would be rehearsing a training that voice. And yet for Kobuya, now you're calling about 20 years down the line. when people are building businesses, building ministries out of the same talents you have. Number four, engage fully and consistently. Practice is not about going through the motions. It is about full engagement. Yeah, ne yeah. Yɛnyɛ ne yɛgyae na sɛ wode wo nsa ka wei nnɛ ɔkyena wode wo nsa akɔka wei wonya ade nsi ase da ma ade ne mfa wie yɛpɛpa mmerɛ wo ma ɛnyɛ yie ma wankasa w'ani ngye wode wo nsa ka wei nnɛ ɔkyena wode wo nsa akɔka wei. What are you known for? Practice is not about going through the emotions. It is about full engagement, being present, attentive, and deliberate. Over time, consistent practice in flow compounds into mastery. So when you brace up a wosua bibi a, wosua ne nketenkete sɛ danyara every day bia wosi on the previous day, on the previous day. Nti ebedu baabi no, then you compound into mastery. Number five, seek immediate feedback. Feedback, whether internal or external, helps you adjust in real time. This quick response, loop fuel. This response, although it's quick, it fuels progress and keeps you engaged. It is a quick response loop that fuels progress and keeps you engaged. Becoming better by practicing in flow. Flow does not just improve skills, it transforms the practitioner. Biribi a wopɛ sɛ woyɛ na woyɛ no yie, na wonya mmerɛ, na wonya adagyeɛ, na wode deɛ ɛbɛsɛe or ɛbɛgye wɔ attention, all the distractions, you put away with them, wotumi sua ma woyɛ no yie paa. Nti deɛ take you 10 years, chances are you can take less than 5 years, 2 years to do it even better. Flow does not just improve skills, it transforms the practitioner. It instills discipline, builds confidence, and fosters resilience. Each practice session is flow. Each practice session in flow compounds into visible growth, turning knowledge into ability and ability into mastery. Ultimately, flow teaches that greatness is not achieved in giant leaps. Ɛnyɛ nneɛma akɛseɛ akɛseɛ a yɛbɛyɛ, but nneɛma nketenkete a yɛbɛyɛ no yɛbɛyɛ no yie, yɛbɛyɛ no fɛfɛɛfɛ. That obi a ɔte nkyɛn bi obehu sɛ ɛyɛ nnora, ohu sɛ ɛyɛ nna a, obehu sɛ there is a great improvement. So it is not achieved in giant leaps, but in focused steps taken consistently. The concept of flow shows us that to become better is not merely about practicing more, but about practicing well, with focus, balance, and full engagement. When practice becomes flow, growth becomes inevitable. In the end, mastery is not a gift. When you see people doing things and they are doing it so well, it is not a gift. No, it's not a gift. Even if they are talented in that area, they've taken time to develop it, to grow in it, to become better in it. So mastery is not a gift. Gifts are things that are given to us freely without us doing anything about it. But mastery is not a gift. It is a reward for those who show up again and again and again, fully immersed in the journey of improvement. Yeah. So if we take time and master whatever we are doing, we can do it better in some years to come. So if you're a younger person and there is something bubbling in your soul today, don't take it for granted. It's ayeka when so, but if only you can take it one day at a time. In the space of 10 years, 5 years, even 2 years, you would amaze yourself. It will amaze you how far you can go. Yes, I understand. Life is hard, but it's only hard until we make it easy. Life is hard, yes, I know, but it's only hard until we make it easy. Life at its core comes with challenges from childhood to adulthood. Every stage presents its own set of struggles, financial pressures, emotional battles, relationship complexities, and even the pursuit of purpose. So to Yasana, there is no vision, there are no growth goals for growth, and your life can become robotic for you. So you are just enjoying. Unemu na unemu na unemu. But if you want to live from the point of vision and purpose, to pursue your purpose, to have a thriving relationship, then it means life would not just be easy because all these things come with their own complexities. Many people declare that life is hard, and in truth, it is. I won't sit here and tell you it's easy. No, none of these areas is just easy. You just go to bed and wake up and you are transformed. No. So when you say life is hard, I get you. But it's only hard until we make it easy. So when you declare that life is hard, yes, I get you. I understand. And in truth, it is. But the story does not end there. Life is hard until we make it easy or even easier. How can this be possible? Through mindsets, choices, habits, and resilience. Through mindsets, that you get to a time the things that used to trouble you won't trouble you anymore. You just look at them, wink, and you pass. That you change your mindset, you update your mindset, you upgrade your mindset, you challenge your beliefs and paradigms such that the things that cause you depression won't bother you anymore. So life is hard until we make it easier through mindset, through choices, through habits, and resilience. Life feels hard because it demands growth. Anytime we get stuck at a place in any area of our lives, it means we need to grow in that area. We need more knowledge, we need more information. And life becomes hard when we don't have this kind of knowledge and information in a specific area in our lives. Once we acquire the knowledge and the information there, it becomes easier. We challenge our beliefs. It becomes easier through updating our mindsets. The things that made you angry will no more make you angry. The poor choices you make, now you make informed decisions. So you won't be depressed. The old habits that cause you so much stress, you do away with them. And you are resilient, such that when the complexities of life arises, you walk through them like no man's business. So life feels hard because it demands growth. Every obstacle stretches us. Every difficulty pushes us to evolve. When difficulties come and people get so overwhelmed and some relapses and all kinds of things, all life is telling us that we are supposed to grow up, become better through our mindset, through informed choices, through letting go of our poor choices, indecisions, old habits that are keeping us stuck. That is all life is communicating to us. If we don't get it, we'll struggle. Every obstacle stretches us. Every difficulty pushes us to evolve. And every setback tests our resilience. Hardship, in this sense, is not punishment, but preparation. So some of you feel your life is so hard, so difficult because you see other people and you think you are supposed to experience life in good shape. And how come yours is hard? It is hard because of your mindset. It is bad because of your choices. It is hard because of your habits. Once we update on this, life will become easier. It is because of your erroneous mindset that makes you think that nothing good will come out of your life. That is what is destroying your life. That is what is causing your soul stress. Your soul is bleeding because of your own mindset. It is not because your life is hard. People experiences the worst situations and yet they're happy. Their souls are filled with joy. How come yours is depressing you? It is because of your mindset. Hardship in this sense is not punishment, but preparation. However, staying in hardship without learning, adjusting or growing leads to cycles of frustration. That one I won't lie to you. If we don't grow, if we don't learn, if we don't adjust our mindsets, our poor choices, our old habits, then it would become a cycle of frustration. Staying in hardship without learning, adjusting or growing leads to cycles of frustration. Frustration back when then another one has begun just because we are refusing to grow. If we don't learn, you might think the devil is after you. No devil, no demon is after you. It is because we are refusing to learn. We are refused to adjust or to grow. And this can lead to cycles of frustration. And you sit back and think other people have beautiful lives and your life is stagnated because you are refusing to learn. You are refusing to adjust. You are refusing to grow. Anytime there is a difficulty, there is a challenge, there is a struggle, it means life is demanding growth of us. When we refuse to learn, then we continually go through cycles of frustration. So, in conclusion, how can we make life easier? How can we make life easier? Number one, mindset shifts. Mindset shifts. The way we interpret life determines how heavy it feels. The way we interpret life determines how heavy it feels. Obi no says anke your market bi wɔ hɔ a yɛtɔn problems a anke yɛbɛhu sɛ saa na Onyankopɔn ne wiase ne yɛdi ne yie. Because wode wo problems bɛkɔ na wokɔ hɔ na wohu nkurɔfoɔ problems a anhwɛ wobɛgye nkurɔfoɔ problems aka wo deɛ ho na wode aba wo fie. So mindset shifts, number one. The way we interpret life determines how heavy life feels. By seeing challenges as opportunities rather than punishments, we reduce the weight of difficulties. By seeing challenges as opportunities rather than punishments, we reduce the weight of difficulties. A positive, resilient mind transforms hard into manageable. Number two, building better habits. Building better habits. Much of life's difficulty stems from poor habits. Poor habits. Much of life's difficulty stems from poor habits. Living beyond our means. Na de bi yɛka atwa yɛn ho ahyia na yɛtwe yɛn wɔ ha, yɛtwe yɛn wɔ ha, why na asoma yɛn? Obi ansoma yɛn. When you're in your 30s and 40s, you think people care so much about you, they are paying attention to you. You get into your 60s and 70s and realize they never cared. They never cared. So the people you want to impress, they don't even care about you. And you are living to impress them by living a lifestyle you can't sustain. And very soon, you will run into trouble. And the same people will make mockery of you. Why not smile in the first place? That one song, you have to live a lifestyle you can't sustain. Why not smile? Who are we in competition with? If you demand more, work for more, get more. When you get more, you can expand your lifestyle. But until then, why would you stress your soul to live a lifestyle you can't sustain? Living beyond our means, neglecting health, Onim yare ahorow a ɛwɔ ne nipadua mu, and yet biribi a obɛdi, biribi a ɔbɛnom, ɔnnya adagye nrɛste, da bia na wayɛ ha. Your stress level is like this. Once you die, you die before your time. It wouldn't be any devil's fault. It wouldn't be any demon's fault. Procrastinating, when we know we have set goals and we are supposed to get to work and we are always procrastinating. Or avoiding responsibility. You know this is what will make your relationship work. And you won't do them. And yet you want a better relationship. How is that supposed to happen? You know you want good health. You don't care about your diet. You don't exercise. Even your medication you won't take. How do you get a healthy body when you don't live a healthy lifestyle? Avoiding responsibility. Can we just live anyhow and still run into the life we desire by accident? No. So, number 2, building better habits. Building better habits. Much of life difficulty stems from poor habits. Living beyond our means, impressing people who never cared for us. In your 20s and 30s and even 40s, you may never understand. You get into your 50s and realize that those people never really cared about you, that you were living your life to impress them. No, live within your means. Until such a time you can get more, then you expand your lifestyle. Replacing this discipline. Replacing this with discipline, consistency, and healthy routines make life more ordered and less chaotic. Living beyond our means, neglecting health, procrastinating, or avoiding responsibility. Replacing this with discipline, consistency, and healthy routines makes life more ordered and less chaotic. So if life is chaotic, let's go back to the drawing table. Let's see how disciplined, how consistent, and how healthy we are living. Number 3, learning and applying wisdom. Learning and applying wisdom. Ekamaya say, even sometimes when you are privy to people's lives, we note all the mistakes they did, and yet when they advise, we won't take. We also want to go through those same mistakes, and then we also learn. Hey, sabi wenya abodam. Learning and applying wisdom, number 3. We see people in their 60s and 70s. We listen to their regrets. We know how chaotic their lives are. And yet, when we have the opportunity to correct what they couldn't correct, we would also go through the same mistakes. Why is that so? Why is that so? Number 3, learning and applying wisdom. Knowledge provides shortcuts. Knowledge provides shortcuts. Financial literacy makes money management easier. Emotional intelligence makes relationships smoother. Self-awareness makes personal growth clearer. Each bit of wisdom applied removes unnecessary struggle. Each bit of wisdom applied removes unnecessary struggle. So chances are we are not applying wisdom in our lives. That is why we are going through unnecessary struggles. Number 4, choosing the right battles. Life feels overwhelming when we try to fight everything at once. I must be frank with you. Life feels overwhelming when we try to fight everything at once. Prioritizing what matters and letting go of the trivial makes the journey lighter. Prioritizing what matters and letting go of the unnecessary ones makes the journey lighter. Life is not supposed to be this heavy, complicated forever, no. Prioritizing what matters and letting go of the trivial ones makes the journey lighter. Number five, building support systems. It looks like a lot of people pour into others without allowing others to equally pour into them. I told you a story about a woman who was celebrating her milestone birthday, and the coach she was working with said, "Go out there and get people who have who you have impacted all this while." Meaning people you have supported them, people you have helped them, people you have scratched their backs, people you have put your integrity on hold just to cover them up, people you have covered their nakedness, people you have supported in any way. Go get them on. I think it was COVID time, and because of that, they couldn't have a physical party. So we meet online, Zoom, and all these people gathered. She had started the coaching practice, and it was just 2 weeks to her birthday. So the coach said, "Let's start with this. You need some fun in your life. You need to know people love you, blah, blah, blah. And then when we are done, we get serious into action." Within that 2 weeks, this woman was able to get people who joined the Zoom meeting in their numbers. In their numbers. Within 2 weeks, she had people confirming, and indeed they joined. And come see people sharing how this woman has been able to bless and support them, the good things she's done. And she got so excited she even cried. People were crying, praying for her, sending her gifts online, and all those kind of things. And then they went through serious sessions. They would meet every other week for a period of 3 months, and she had lessons to do for another 3 months, and then they would gather together again, and it took them a whole calendar year. And lo and behold, they got to a birthday again. And this time around, the coach said, "This time around, go find people who have blessed your soul. The last year, it was people you have blessed, and you got a number of them, so many of them, so many. This time around, go fetch people who have blessed your life. People who have poured into you just as much as you have also poured into others. People who have helped you in any way. People who have equally scratched your back. Go get these numbers." And lo and behold, it took 3 months. This time, don't forget they had a whole year to plan. 3 months, and yet it was 12 people who could join the Zoom meeting, as again the 214 that she had blessed in the previous year. So you see, sometimes that's how funny life is. That some people don't even think they deserve to be poured into too. So they just pour and pour and pour. They just give and give and give until their souls bleed. You might be a gallons person, and if all the people around you are pouring into you in pints, very soon your soul will bleed, because it takes 8 pints to fill 1 gallon. So if you are pouring in gallons, and yet people are pouring back to you in pints, a time will come your soul will bleed. Build support systems, not people you just pour into, but people can equally pour into you too. Life is easier when shared. Surrounding yourself with supportive people, mentors, not tormentors, mentors, friends, or family reduces loneliness and provides strength during difficult seasons. Don't run through life as a senior walk alone. You need level headed people that will not just receive from you, but will be willing and ready to also pour back into you in return. We are social animals. If all you are doing is to pour and pour and pour, is to give and give and give to others without anybody giving back to you in return, very soon your soul will bleed. So, number five, build support systems. Build support systems. Build support system. It's so unfortunate that in this generation we can't have a lot of trustworthy people. They would find you wherever you are when they need you. But when you need them, sometimes not even their money, their presence, their kind words, they won't be available. But regardless, build your support system. People you can flow with, people you can gel with, people you can call your people, your tribe, who when they see you crying, when they find you crying, they would give you something to wipe your tears. They would wipe your tears before asking you what happened. Not that people can judge you from afar. Life is easier when shared. So build your support systems. Don't just go through life as saying I walk alone. You and yourself. No. When your life is me, myself, and mine. No. Get people you can call them your people, your tribe. Your tribe. Build support systems. People might disappoint you, people might betray you, but there are still good people out there who can still be your huge support system. The transformation of perspective is key. When you look at successful or fulfilled individuals, it is not that life was less sad for them. Go listen to the stories of Despite and Co. And they will tell you life wasn't that rosy for them. We sit at back there, and sometimes the funny aspects of such people's lives, they only give you what they want you to hear. The real struggles, you have no idea. And sometimes when you are privileged enough to get to hear these people's stories, chances are you don't even believe them because you can't marry, we can't reconcile where they are now with what they claim to have started from. And that is why many of them don't even share. It is not that life was less hard for them, it is that they learned to master the weights. It was hard, it was heavy, and yet they learned to master the weights. They embraced growth, developed coping mechanisms, and aligned their choices with their desired outcomes. They made life easier, not by escaping struggle, but by rising above it. Yeah. They made life easier, not by escaping struggle, but by rising above it, like the eagle. Like the eagle. So, in running up for today, yes, I understand life is hard, but it doesn't have to remain that way forever. No. Within a state of 1 year, we can transform our lives. All we need to do is to believe we deserve more and to get to work for more. With the right mindset, disciplined habits, applied wisdom, and intentional choices, we can simplify the complexities and lighten the burdens. Life becomes easier, not because challenges vanish, but because we grow stronger, wiser, and better equipped to handle them. Because in the end, the quality of our lives will not be determined by the hardness of our challenges. In the end, the quality of our lives will not be determined by the hardness of our challenges, but by our abilities to make the path smoother as we walk it. There isn't a fixed number of hours that guarantees perfection because perfection itself is subjective and humanly impossible. So, whatever you are doing, do it and do it well. And watch God and the universe support you. Watch God and watch the universe support you. So until I come your way again, in tomorrow, same time, understand, never forget that no one is going to discover you by accident. You can only rise by positioning yourself in the spotlight. Therefore, arise and start what is bubbling in your soul so you can grow along in it. Much love and blessings. Thank you for being on. Thank you for your support. I am grateful. I'll come your way again tomorrow, same time, same space. Much love and blessings.